Hello, welcome back. My name is KJ. If this is the first time you're seeing me, I'm a little lopsided right now, as you guys can probably tell. Check out my last video if you haven't already. Fill in the details, get the season finale, etc. So today we're going to be talking about things I wish I knew before moving to Dallas, Texas. I've been here now for about 4 years. Texas in general now for about 4 or 5 years. I moved here my senior year of high school. I went to college in Houston, and then I came back here to finish my last 2 years of college and live with my family here in Dallas. Before that, I was living in Florida, Alabama, New York, Maryland, Okay, so I've lived up and down the coast, but today specifically, we're gonna be talking about living in Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna do the bad kind of things first, and then I'll do the good things. The bad kind of things that I wish I knew before moving to Dallas, Texas. First of all, the roads. You're gonna see this in almost every video. You're gonna see this in almost everybody's posts or anything like that. The roads down here are insane. Driving down here is insane. Getting anywhere here is insane. Your taxes are going towards anything else but road work, okay? The roads are terrible, but I will say that a lot of the roads connect everywhere, as in you can get to anywhere in Texas. You can get to anywhere in Texas with any road almost. The highways are great as far as, I really appreciate the toll roads. I know a lot of people think they're a scam. If I was having to pay for them and my mom wasn't, I would probably say they were a scam as well. But thankfully, my mom pays the toll tag for our entire family. So we all take the toll roads. They are a huge help when you need to get somewhere. They shave the time down, at least getting through Texas, because the traffic down here isn't as bad as in places like Miami or New York or anything like that. But I would say just be mindful of, if you do have to go somewhere, the toll roads are probably going to be the best options, because they're going to save you a lot of time, okay? Without it, you will be on Texas traffic. Excuse you. Excuse me, ma'am. Anyway, moving on to the next thing. The other kind of bad issue that is about, I would say, about Dallas, Texas, is kind of, and this is kind of, it goes both ways. I only experienced this when I got to Dallas, Texas, and I haven't seen anyone else talk about it, but everybody down here has babies really, really, really young, okay? I'm only 21, but a lot of people my age have children down here, a lot. And I've been in several situations where people are like, oh, when you're having kids, why don't you have kids? Like, ma'am, I haven't even graduated yet. I'm struggling. I go through an identity crisis every 2 weeks. How can I have a child? But down here, there are a lot of women that have children very, very young. There are a lot of families starting very, very young. I think that was honestly, to me, the most shocking part about getting down here, is that everybody was having kids. And I'm like, we're so young. We're still babies. How can we have babies? Everyone in my age group is really hard gunning for starting kids and starting a family. And, everybody down here wants a big house and land, which is a good concept. But I think a lot of people want it really young, which contributes to one thing I will say about Dallas, is that we definitely have this hustle culture here in Dallas that I wouldn't say is a bad thing, but it can be. To me, I kind of like it, because it's really good to be around so many people that are goal-oriented, money-oriented, future-oriented, striving for great things. Whereas in that same mindset, it can also get a little overwhelming, because everybody that you meet is on this, okay, we got to do this, we got to grind. Sometimes you really just want to be like, wait a minute, I just want to relax. I just want to chill. I just want to have some time to kind of, figure out my life. But it's really good for connecting. And that hustle culture is, there's a lot of entrepreneurs down here. There's a lot of wealth down here. There's a lot of money to be made, period. And you'll see that here in Dallas, where there's a lot of people that are about their money, about their hustle, about their culture. And I think that's very good. But if you really aren't into that, then it's going to kind of bother you a little bit. But just kind of, work around it, I guess. Just something to keep in mind. Now to the good things about Dallas. The number one good thing I would say is that it's very easy to find a job. Now, there are days where, for instance, when I first quit my job at Amazon, I was like, oh, I'm struggling, but I was able to pick up jobs, boom, boom, boom. I was able to do my photography job for a little while and work at a club, and I was able to get this job that I have now, which I'm looking for another job now. But as far as the job market, I would say it's very well. I think we have a very good job market. Trying to find jobs has been very easy for me. The next part that I want to talk about that's been very easy, or that I like about Dallas, is definitely the culture. It kind of goes with, like I was talking about, the hustle culture. I deeply enjoy that I've been able to find people that are interested in fashion, that are interested in creating, that are interested in photography, that are interested in building, that's interested in entrepreneurship, that's interested in growth minded. I deeply love this culture that is starting to grow and build here in Dallas, Texas. This environment of creatives and entrepreneurs. I love seeing Black people successful and happy and growing and glowing and healing and meditating and thriving. And I definitely think this environment is really good for that. I've never experienced so many different people that were into the same things that I was into, and that not only that, but was able to inspire me to continue pushing, inspire me to continue growing and learning about more information on this subject. And I never experienced that even in Florida or Alabama or anywhere else where you can meet someone and they're like, hey, have you read this book? And I'm like, oh, I didn't know people really read books like that. But I mean, other than me, but you know, you guys out here reading books, and like, not just books for fun, but books for education, books for learning about money. My financial literacy has grown so much since I've been here. My spiritual journey has been so much smoother since I've moved here. Because I technically started my journey in Houston. I could talk about Houston at another time, because Houston is another subject. Houston holds a lot of trauma for me as well, but Dallas has definitely been a place of healing for me, a place of growth for me, a place of connection for me, a place of culture for me. The thing that I wanted to talk about, this isn't a good thing or a bad thing. This is kind of a funny thing that I have learned about living in Dallas, Texas, and this is kind of Texas in general. And when you get to Texas, you're gonna learn. Especially since we just had this post-snowstorm that happened, and then these heat waves, and then this rain that just keeps coming. So when you get to Texas, I haven't seen anyone talk about this, so pay attention. When you get to Texas, okay, it's very, 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 very hot. All right. And what they're going to tell you is, and when I say there, I mean the utility people, whoever, I wish I should put the email here if I can find it. They're going to tell you to keep your thermostat at a certain temperature and to keep your house at a certain temperature to kind of help with their systems. And when the snowstorm happened, it was the same thing. They were trying to tell everybody to monitor their stuff so that it doesn't overpower their plants, their power plants, their utility plants. Child, ignore that. I'm not gonna tell you how to ignore that, but I know a lot of Texans, we completely ignore that. We do not pay attention. We do not care. If it is hot, we're gonna cut our AC on. They try to tell us, oh, keep it on 70, 78, 80. Inside the house, no. No. That was one thing that honestly cracks me up, especially when the summer first started. They were sending out the emails trying to beg us, like, oh, hey, please keep your thermostat. No. Greg Abbott, no. No. Our mayors, we are not very fond of down here. Once you get over here, we're not very fond of That's something kind of funny that I didn't know about before I moved to Texas, that anybody could have a say in how I move my thermostat, what I do with my thermostat, none of that. Keep that in mind. Housing market, I will say, like I said, I did renew my lease. However, the housing market right now is extremely expensive. Not as expensive as California or anything like that, but in my opinion, for instance, this is just to like, you know, provide clarity, but my rent when I first got down here was $11.90 and it's now gone up to $13.40. That's a lot. That's a lot. So keep that in mind when you're searching for apartments and for stuff like that. And one other thing I want to say about if you're thinking about moving to Dallas, as far as looking for apartments or looking for places to live, when it comes to making your decision, if you can find a spot in a good location, even if it is a little bit more, pick it, because location down here is everything. Where you are is everything. Which area of Dallas that you are in is everything. Okay, because what's around you, that's the main reason I'm very glad I renewed my lease, because I was thinking about it today when I was going to the gas station. I'm so thankful to have this spot right here because I'm connected to a highway. I'm connected to a shopping center, and I'm also connected to a highway going the opposite direction of Dallas, Texas. So I can get on the highway to leave Dallas, but I can also get on the highway to go through Dallas, and all of it is right by my house. So yes, I pay a little bit more, but I'm so thankful that I have this location. Very important, whether you go to Garland, whether you go to Wiley, Rowlett, Plano, Murphy, Richardson, wherever you go, just keep in mind that your location is a very big thing here in Dallas. All right, the last thing I want to talk about, things I wish I knew before moving to Dallas, is definitely the food culture. I would say the food culture has been the biggest thing. My favorite thing, I know Kelly Stamps just moved down here. She just moved to Dallas. Hey, Kelly. Kelly Stamps just moved out here to Dallas, Texas, and she said she got addicted to Whataburger. Let me tell you, Whataburger, and I'm, okay, and hear me out. I waited almost a year. No, I waited almost 3 years before getting Whataburger. 3 years before getting Whataburger here in Texas. And it wasn't until my sister started working at one before I was like, okay, I'll go to Whataburger. But the first burger place I went to when I got to Texas was Inside Out, because we didn't have an Inside Out in Florida. Now there's a little bit of beef between which one's better, In-N-Out or In-N-Out or Whataburger. I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I think In-N-Out was a lot better than Whataburger. I did not think Whataburger was that good. Hate me, I don't really care. The benefit of Whataburger is that it stays open 24 hours, and I think people get sold on that. Now, the fancy ketchup, though, is very good at Whataburger. That fancy ketchup in the 24-hour time limit, like, that's what Whataburger is, you know. But personally, I prefer Inside Out, but that's just another story. And if I had to pick a burger place out of all of them, it would be Five Guys, but that's neither here nor there. And another thing that, as far as food-wise goes, Raising Cane's. It is very easy to get an addiction to Raising Cane's. Okay, so everywhere else we have Zaxby's, etc. But here there's Raising Cane's. There's a Zaxby's like a couple streets down from me. But for the most part, Raising Cane's is like the big chicken finger place here. I think it's very good. A lot of people don't like it because the chicken's not the best. But the bread is amazing. The bread, the sauce, the french fries, delicious. Another kind of different thing, instead of Publix, that's where I'm from, in Florida, we used to have Publix. Here, there's Kroger. I'm gonna say Publix had that fried chicken bucket. Kroger has sushi. And they also have a salad bar, which is really nice, okay? It's nice. Would I still prefer Publix fried chicken basket? Yes. But does Kroger have very good salad? Yes. The salad bar? Yes. The sushi bar? Yes. It really just depends on who you are and what time of day it is, you feel me? But it's kind of like there's a lot of food trucks. The culture here, the food culture is amazing. There's so many great food trucks, so many great Tex-Mex places, so many great photo opportunities down here. There's so many different vibrant living things down here. Like, here is the place to live, here is the place to grow, here's the place to start a business, here's the place to set up a home, here's the place to connect, network, grow your business, grow your brand. Dallas is definitely a networking place that I really believe is on the mark for coming up for great things and expanding as far as the culture and the creative culture. Honestly, that's really my big thing. I attended a fashion show a couple months ago that was completely eye-opening and was a great experience. And I want to see more of that in Dallas. I want to do more of that in Dallas. I went to my trading seminar here in Dallas. Like, there's so many opportunities to grow and improve yourself here in Dallas. And I think that would be the things that I wish I knew before coming here. If I knew how much I would grow and how much I would change and how much I would heal before moving here, I definitely would have came here sooner versus going to Houston my first 2 years. That does conclude today's video. Quick and short. I hope that provided you guys enough information. If you are thinking about moving to Dallas and you are looking to network, connect, please reach out. Follow me on Instagram. I love to connect. I love reaching out and building and growing and loving and healing and helping, etc., etc. I love meeting new friends, and I want to continue to grow the KJ brand. Hey, Kelly Stamps, if you see this. Hey, Kelly Stamps, if you see this. Hey, Kelly Stamps, if you see this. I know you in Dallas, so I call you, you call me. We kind of set it up, Anyway, that has been it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful. This has been KJ Radiant, every day I inspire you guys to be radiant and unique. Love yourself, love others. Yes. What is it? Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss?